Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting coming to you again. And I think this will be the last time I make a video on this particular subject. Hopefully I don't need to make another one. And of course the subject is the claim that was put out about Minelab lying about the Manticore output. If any of you are late to the party on this, there was a YouTube video that made the rounds, which has now been taken down, that made a claim that Minelab was lying about the 50% power increase on the Manticore. And a new video was released today, and the creator of that content actually spoke with someone from Minelab. And in my opinion, after watching his video a few times, yeah, I'm probably 3 or 4 of those views that are on his count right now, I'm going to say that his claim got debunked. Big time. Or should I say bigly. Bigly. And, you know, I've been kind of wound up over this. Nicole can attest to that. And it's not that the guy looked into things further and questioned things. I never have a problem with that. The thing is he went about it, and he admitted this, in a very slipshod kind of way, and didn't even allow for, you know, Minelab to answer to any of his claims about them putting out false information. But here's what I noticed, and a lot of people really haven't noticed, is that he didn't even go into it with all the facts at hand. And as a result, he got a whole bunch of his followers that, you know, they'll probably follow him into the gates of hell to totally get on board and believe that, oh God, Minelab's this terrible company and they're lying to their customers and all that. And you know what? You know, Minelab's a company I believe in. The Manticore is my first Minelab product, yes. But I know a lot of people that own them, and they've never had, you know, complaints about them per se. You know, with them lying about their product. They're a great product. They're at just about, I think they're at the top of the game. So it's the people believing in the nonsense without all the facts part. So I put out a little short today, and I'm going to follow it up with this video right here. So let's just jump right on. I'm going to get a hit of coffee here. Like I need that. Looked at my box this morning for my Manticore. Here it is. And there it is. Right on there. And I made a short with this. You probably can't see it too good in the video. I don't know. There it is. High power multi-IQ. 50% more power than the Equinox. Oh my gosh. Minelab made the claim that one of their products has 50% more power than one of their other products? Oh my gosh! How can they do that? It's their product. Nobody knows the power output of the Equinox 800 better than Minelab, right? Am I not correct on, you know, making that claim? Of course I am. So, and here's where I'm going to segue into this a little bit more. And yes, I have notes because I didn't want to miss anything. I didn't want to have the itch to make yet another video on this subject because I really want to move on from this and get some different content out. Okay. First off, it didn't even have to go this far. All that had to be done was look on the box like I just did. And you'll know what Minelab's talking about. Alright? Now, you got to have all the facts too. The biggest fact that was missing from this whole claim on this video, which is now gone, is how much power does the 800 and the Manticore make? Nobody knows that. Well, why not, Jim? How come people don't know that? Well, the guy that made that video accusing Minelab kind of found out. He found out because that's a trade secret. You know, trade secret, kind of like KFC's original formula and Coca-Cola's syrup formula and Google's search engine algorithm. Those are like trade secrets. That's called intellectual property. And these are things that, you know, manufacturers, they don't put out. They're not going to tell you all of the ins and outs about how they make their product. So, if you take that and then you put together the assumption that was made, so you had a lack of facts and then you had an assumption, and I have the same papers came with my Manticore, and I looked at the part that was referenced, and it says here, power output, or power is what it says. And it lists every Minelab product down here. And every one of them it says less than -30 dBm. It's like a rating of power. I'm not that techie, believe me. But it says that about all of them. What does that tell you? Okay, people with an IQ less than that of plant life may assume that, well, oh my gosh, you mean all their products have the same power output? Do you mean to tell me that a Vanquished 340 has the same power as a CTX 3030? Because that's what it says here. No, it doesn't. It says that it's less than a certain amount. It doesn't tell you the amount. If I tell you that the engine in my car makes less than 300 horsepower, is that how much it makes? No. Okay? It makes 210. There's the actual. It's not a trade secret. Okay, so you put all that together and what do you got? You got a big nothing burger. You know, kind of like Russian collusion. A nothing burger. And a lot of talk's been going on around about this, and a lot of people getting wound up, and you know, there's a lot of haters out there. There's a lot of haters out there, not just for the Manticore, but for Minelab in general. And one of my viewers kind of helped me categorize these haters, and I'm going to run them through real quick here if you'll entertain me. There's those who own what they think is the greatest metal detector in the world, but they would secretly take a Manticore in trade for what they're swinging. I think they're out there. They're in that group. Then there's those that are mad at Minelab over the slow rollout, and they're tired of waiting, and maybe they went ahead and just bought a Equinox 900. Well, there's always a wait with new products, especially metal detectors in most cases. You know, there's a little secret to that. It's called have a reputable dealer that you work with that's in the know. I've mentioned my dealer more than a few times on this channel, Heath Jones with History Seekers Metal Detectors. Okay, he knew Minelab was going to be coming out with something. He just didn't know what it was. He knew that quite a while back. And the instant that the Manticore was announced, guess what he did? He started up a waiting list. He called me up. Jim, you still want that Manticore? You know, that Manticore? I said, heck yeah, I do. He's like, okay. He's like, you put down a small deposit, it'll secure you a spot on the waiting list. Boom, gave him my credit card information. That was in September of last year. Received my machine on, let's see here, January 9th. So, that's not too bad of a wait, especially here in Michigan. The season was pretty much over with when I spoke with them. I think I got in one more hunt, and I've got in like maybe 2 hunts with the Manticore since I got it. Now the ground's all frozen, there's snow everywhere, so I'm just gonna have to wait. And the final category that I put the haters in of the Manticore and maybe MindLab in general are the brand loyal types that just aren't gonna let go of their single frequency detectors, and they're just gonna hate on MindLab. Or maybe it's the people that have a multi-frequency detector that, you know, they got brand new for $600, and you know they're convinced that this thing is going to keep up with the deniers. It's going to keep up with, you know, the top MindLab stuff. That's fine. I used to be one of them people. I remember when the Equinox came out, I was saying left and right, my White's MX Sport, it'll keep up with a Equinox 800 all day long. I'll put it up against one. Yeah. I was ready to come around, but the Equinox just didn't have a wide enough VDI scale for me. Along comes Manticore, solves that problem. Now I own one of them. If you want one, buy one. If you don't, don't. If you want to keep, fueling the fire here and believing half-truths, assumptions, and haters, go ahead. Me, I'm out of that game. There's a couple of Facebook groups where that's all that's going on, and I think I'm going to be done with them, and I'm just going to move on. I'm going to get busy doing what I love best, and that's making videos to help you guys out, and of course digging free. You do the same, and we'll see you next time on Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting. Thanks a lot.